Hi, I'm Chad with Take One Film and Video here in Nashville, Tennessee, and thanks for joining us back today. Well, I got my good friend Brian Murray here with me. How you doing, Brian?
Good to see you, man.
Well, Brian has joined the Take One team and is leading our cinema division here. And well, last night we had a wonderful show here at the Belmont University.
Motion picture
at
division.
the motion picture department, and we have something great here to start with for that show. We were highlighting the Varicam LT.
Yes.
And here it is today.
Yeah.
So it was a fantastic show, great event, great turnout, and we actually got to take a look at this camera for the first time ourselves, which was really cool. So today, let's talk about some of the things we learned. We know that this is the smaller brother to the Varicam 35, right?
Right, smaller brother, a smaller form factor, a few different features, but a really exciting package. What we were all hoping for in the cinema world.
Absolutely.
Was something from Panasonic in this size.
Now the size and weight, that was a big question last night. What is the weight again on this camera?
The weight of the camera body itself is 5.9 pounds.
Okay.
So you can strip it down and be fully functional at 5.9 pounds.
That's not shabby.
No.
But the most important thing was that we're dealing with the same imager that we dealt with on the Varicam 35. Same imager, but ships with EF mount.
Yeah, the EF mount is really exciting. I have it here, and what I loved about it last night, and I learned this last night, was that the EF mount twists onto the lens rather than the lens twisting onto the mount, which is a much more cinematic way. With these larger lenses, it's difficult to mount in the old-fashioned EF mount. This is a better solution.
I like that. That was very cool. And you may notice, too, that we have a PL mount on here. So the great thing about the LT is you actually get the option of selecting EF or PL mount. Of course, it comes with EF. PL is an option that you can add on there later.
And it's not an adapter onto a Panasonic mount. These are true mounts mounted to the body.
That makes a big difference.
It does. There's no play or slop in those different mounts with adapters. This is an actual mount on the body.
Right, and lenses are one-to-one. You know, no conversion in there as well. I know that's a big deal. Let's talk about some of the other features and accessories. Now, the camera itself isn't modular like the 35, but we definitely have some modular parts and pieces here that you can build it up the way that works for you and your environment. I mean, this one we have the base plate and shoulder mount. You know, we have the EVF, the viewfinder, is right here. And then, of course, we've got the control panel that's almost identical. It may be identical to the Varicam 35. And so in this panel right here is where we select basically everything about the camera that we want to do. We could talk about set our resolutions. We can set our color imagery, which we have V-Log, of course, just like the 35. And we also have ITU 709 that we can also select with either on both, or you can do a main and a proxy.
Right, the main and the proxy is a really interesting concept to me. Having the proxy record to be able to take out a 1080 file while you're recording 4K in the main record, take that to your DIT station for a quick rough edit in the field. Just all different kind of applications that you can use with that proxy recorder. The other thing you mentioned, I love this. So user-friendly, easy to find the different menus. It's not a search through deep, dark menus. It's just all nice buttons right there.
And there is a viewfinder here as well. So you can actually use this as an external viewfinder. You've got the eyepiece viewfinder.
The eyepiece viewfinder is phenomenal,
It is.
by the way.
It varies. You got to see it to believe it. And then, of course, you can actually output the viewfinder off one of the SDI spigots as well. But the other thing, too, is that you know, the 35 had a couple different mounting options. This actually has a lot of play and swivel that you can move it around both sides of the camera and take it off like you said. So a lot of versatility there. You know, on the card slots here, we went down from 2 in the 35 to 1. And we also have the proxy card, which is an SDXC card.
Right.
Again, just some of those concessions we make to make it lighter and smaller, but still it's very functional, user-friendly. Got 15 mil rods here on the back.
Yeah, front and back 15 mil rods in the shoulder mount that comes with the camera, which is very much what we've come to expect from a cinematic camera. We really need a place to place things on the rods in the front and the rear to give lens support, matte box. That's a cinema feature that is nice to see them include in this body.
Absolutely. And then on this side, of course, we've got audio inputs, balanced inputs, and then we've got 2 SDI outputs, including gen lock and a time code in and out as well. But I have been told now that these 2 SDI outputs, sometime in the summer of 2016, they will be releasing an upgrade of this camera, or a firmware update that'll allow raw output. So
raw 4K, and your Atomos and Convergent recorders will record that raw 4K signal. So you'll have an additional record option at the highest possible out of this camera body. So one other thing that I wanted to mention is all this is great, but they also paid attention to the ergonomics. So it's a balanced camera. When I put this on my shoulder,
let's take a look
it
at it
feels like a camera that was meant to be operated, not like a cube that some engineer made. This was actually a balanced instrument that I can use in the field comfortably. Shooting a concert, I'll be shooting a concert Friday and have it on my shoulder for probably 8 hours in and out. And this is something that I'd be comfortable holding. It's not going to kill me.
Panasonic's been in the camera business for a long time,
Right.
so they definitely nailed it on this one. But you know, I'm really excited to have the LT here, and you know, we're going to continue to learn more about this camera as we start working with our customers and shooting with it. But it's available to you guys right now. If you want to have more information about this camera or order one today, give us a call, 1-877-81-TAKE-1. You can also reach out to us at mail@takeone.tv. Well, Brian, thanks so much.
Thank you, man.
We look forward to having you
I'm
back here.
excited to shoot this camera, man.
It's great stuff.
It's going
Thank
to
you
be
so
good.
much, man. And we've got some beautiful pictures too.
Oh, it's going to be